What's up, people? It's your host, Arkansas Jeff. Before I get on to today's subject, I'm gonna go ahead and send out some shout outs or thank yous. Apparently there's a big grouping at work that love to watch my videos, so if you're watching this video and you work with me, don't be scared. You can come talk to me at work about it. I mean, even if you are just trying to be malicious about it, I don't even care. Just the fact that you watch this video helps me. And apparently my biggest follower out there is old Holbrook out in the warehouse trust fund. Special thank you to the trust fund department. I hear that you like putting my videos up on the big screen, so I appreciate that. On top of that, I know Grant and Bear are big fans. They try to play it down a little bit, but I know Grant and Bear's my biggest fans. They claim Holbrook's bigger, but I don't know. Bear wants a t-shirt, he wants stickers. I mean, he wants it all. I'll get you some stickers, but if you want a shirt, it's gonna cost you. Not that I sell shirts, so don't think I'm doing that. But I'm gonna make a special thank you for old Bear and Grant if they want one. It costs y'all some money. All right, my thank yous are out there. Before I also get to the topic I want to discuss, if you watched my video where I talked about the damage update on my truck, at the end of it I talked about how I got a parity coming or in the works, and hopefully that it'd work out. I did get that back, and that was horrible. The guy sounded like his example videos that he got was great. I mean, much more than $25 worth it, or much worth more than $25. But what he sent me was horrible. It was like an old white guy just reading from a piece of paper with the music playing in the background. And good thing about Fiverr is if you're not happy with the first one, they usually redo it. And I wasn't happy, and I told him, I was like, whoever it is that you have doing your example videos, just have them do mine for me, or for you. He's like, well, I could do better. I could make it more gangster for you. And I didn't know exactly how more gangster would fit what parody I sent him, but I mean, it's a rap video, so a rap song or a rap parody. So I'm like, all right, whatever you think that's gonna make it better. I said, but just this time, don't make it sound like you're reading it. I mean, it just sound like Ben Stein off the iDrop commercial. And so if he finally does it, or send me another revision of it, and this time it's the exact same thing. Well, not the exact same thing. It was an old white guy just reading from a piece of paper, but he put a Scottish accent on it, and somehow that made it more gangster for him. But it made it even worse than the original. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't expect perfect from for what little I paid for, but I expected some, at least what his example videos had on it. Well, so good thing about Fiverr is I wasn't happy, and he said he wasn't going to make it no more, so I just got all my money back. So no love lost there. Now, hopefully I can get somebody to do the video for me, but right now I'm not really stressed on getting that done. Maybe I might be able to talk to warehouse guys or the trust fund guys at work into making the video for me. Grant, Bear, I'd like to see y'all do this video for me. I just hit me up about it, and I'll tell you all about it, and we'll get a video with y'all rapping it, because I can't rap, and I think it'd be funny if y'all did. Anyway, now on to today's topic. I almost killed a man at Mud Nationals, and it's not one of them situations where, oh, this dude made me so upset I could kill him. No, it's one of them, well, the majority of the ways that I almost kill people is out of stupidity. Yeah, I'm that guy, or at least I felt like it then. Like, it started, Mud Nationals was horrible at first, because I was just loading up my four-wheeler to go down there. I drove my four-wheeler into the tailgate of my truck, get down there, can't get the camera to work, and got frustrated with it. Finally go put it, or like, I'm done trying to film it that day. I went and put the camera back up, and like, it's done got nighttime, so I decided I'm gonna go on out to Party Cove again, this time without the camera, without trying to record it. And I knew the moment I put the camera down, something good would happen, like that I would miss, and sure enough, something happened. Now, I'm driving around the outskirts of Party Cove. We're technically in the middle because it was on both sides of me, but the little driving lane that they had. Now, I'm thinking this is where we're supposed to be driving around at. Hey, I'm good. I'm driving around in two-wheel drive, and I'm just taking in the view, looking at all the rigs, the women, I mean, everything. And next thing I know, I'm stuck. So I put it in 4-wheel drive, and I should have backed out then, but when I put it in 4-wheel drive, I'm thinking I'll just make it, you know, get through this little bit and put it back in 2-wheel drive. Now I just went further into the mud hole or the bad spot, and it wasn't really, didn't even look like a mud hole. I mean, it looked like everything else there. And but as I get stuck, I'm noticing a lot of people, or that general area is completely wide open. Nobody's around that area, or at least where I'm at. There's a little spot that was about 5 feet from me that turns out to be where everybody drives through, that it actually has decent ground. So, and I'm thinking 5 feet from me, I'm just, somebody will stop and help me, like, because this is Party Cove. It is completely packed. So I'm hollering at everybody that goes by at this time. Well, I stay out there about 10 minutes trying to get myself unstuck, and don't really have no progress at all. And at that time, traffic starts picking up in the area where I'm at. So I'm hollering at everybody that goes by, hey man, you know, can you help me out? I'm stuck. Can you help me out? Nobody can hear me. Everybody and their mama has speakers out on, or everybody and their mama has speakers on their rigs, and every one of them got them turned up to the max. I don't think any speakers out there was capable of being turned down at all, because none of them was. So after about 15 minutes of trying to get unstuck and trying to stop people to help me get unstuck, I just give up. I'm like, well, I'll just sit here and watch Party Cove from my 4-wheeler in this nice little mud hole I'm in. And I sat there for about a total of 30 minutes. And a guy comes up from behind and he's like, hey man, you stuck? Yeah, I'm stuck. Do you mind helping me out? Obviously I knew he would, because he took the time to stop and ask me when everybody else just kept driving by. But he didn't have a winch, so I had to get my tow strap, which I carry a tow strap just for this situation, because there's so many people that have lights and speakers and everything on their 4-wheeler, but they don't have no winch, which he didn't have one. So I hook up my 4-wheeler with the tow strap, and I'm on my way back to his. He's about 10 feet behind me, just so that way he got good ground. And I hook up his 4-wheeler, and I start making my way back to my 4-wheeler. Now this mud where we're at is waist deep, or where I got stuck is waist deep. I wouldn't say exactly up to my waist, but it was close to my waist. And it's not, it was so thick and gumbo like you stuck to it. So I get halfway back to my 4-wheeler, and I'm exhausted completely from trying to get my 4-wheeler unstuck, from trying to make my way through that mud to his 4-wheeler and back to my 4-wheeler. And sure enough, my waders get stuck in the mud. Like, I couldn't get my waders out of the mud. And so at this time when I get stuck, I noticed a guy in front of my 4-wheeler had done gotten stuck. So he asked me if I needed help. So he's come back there to help me and get myself unstuck so I could get my 4-wheeler unstuck. So then after I get my 4-wheeler unstuck, I could help him. And we spent about 5 minutes trying to get me unstuck myself. And I found the guy that's helping me, the guy that I hooked my tow strap up to, he's getting frustrated, tired of waiting on me. And so I finally make it back to my 4-wheeler. I had to shed my waders and crawl in the mud back to my 4-wheeler. Like, I got completely, hold on, I'm gonna have to pause this video. I had to call Bradley in to help me to get this generator to my truck. We're going to mud days here in a couple hours, but I'll start back here in a minute. All right, get this video started again. Like I was saying, I had to shed my waders. Like, my waders I left them back halfway behind me, or in between me and the guy that's getting me unstuck, like stuck in the mud. So, cause like the guy that's behind me that I hooked up to that's gonna get me unstuck, he was getting frustrated. He was tired of waiting. He was ready to go ride, enjoy his night. But here he is helping some idiot out that's taking forever. And like, I know it had to be a funny sight just seeing me wallow in the mud, because I crawled back to my 4-wheeler from my waders, like pulling myself with the tow strap and everything, just completely covered in the mud by the time I make it there. And I get back on my 4-wheeler. We get me unstuck. Before I could even tell that guy thank you, which I did tell him thank you, but I had to holler thank you as he's driving off, because he was very respectful the entire time. But like I said, he was frustrated. He was tired of waiting. So as soon as I got unstuck and make my way back there to unhook the tow strap, he's gone. He's not wasting no more time. So I get my four-wheeler separated from his. He's gone. Put my tow strap, just throw it on the back of my four-wheeler with my waders, because as the guy's pulling me back, getting me unstuck, I grabbed my waders and pulled them out, got them out of the mud. So I got them in my strap on the back of my four-wheeler, and then I get closer to the guy that's stuck in front of me, as close as I could, and he comes up. He's going. It tells me to undo my winch, which I start to unreel my winch or my cable so that way he can get it. But he realizes that my cable is wrapped around my axle. Now, I did not know it, but apparently, whenever I got to Mud Nationals and unloaded my four-wheeler, I forgot to reel in my winch cable. So the whole night, I've been riding around with my winch cable wrapped around my axle. Which it wasn't a lot of cable, because I mean, I don't have it, didn't have too much out of it, just enough to hold my four-wheeler down to the trailer as I went to Mud Nationals. But that was a dumb mistake on my behalf to not reel in that cable. So this guy's underneath my four-wheeler trying to unravel my winch cable from my axle that I, like an idiot, like a stupid person, had wrapped around my axle. And although I'm completely exhausted, like I had nothing left in me, but I'm like, I can't let this man be underneath my four-wheeler trying to fix my mistake. So I go to stand up, and like I said, I'm covered in mud, because when I say I crawled back to my four-wheeler, like I was on my stomach just pulling myself back to my four-wheeler. I literally looked like a pig wallowing in mud. And which I know somebody at Party Cove had to get that on film. I know there were so many cameras out there, and if I would have seen that, I would have been recording it. I wish I could find some footage of it for y'all, because I mean, it looked horrible on me, but it'd be funny for y'all. Needless to say, I'm completely covered in mud, but I go to stand up so I could help this guy out, or get my own winch cable out from underneath or wrapped around my axle. Now, another stupid part on my behalf is whenever I pulled up and start to have this man in front of my four-wheeler, I don't put it in park. I leave it in drive without knowing. And so as I go to stand up, completely covered in mud, I slip and fall, because I'm got all this mud on me. And guess what I hit? I hit the gas, and I run over this guy, like smooth over him. Only thing I can see of this guy left is his face is directly in my headlight. It's like I put a spotlight so I can see his oh crap look in his face, where he's like, did this idiot really just run me over? Yeah, I really just ran him over. I felt horrible too. Like, I'm asking him, are you all right? He's like, man, just back up off of me. He had to tell me to back up off of him, because I froze. I panicked. So I back up off of him, and every one of his limbs looked like they are in directions they're not supposed to be. So it looked like to me. And I put the four-wheeler in park, and I jump off, and I rush over there to help him up. And he's actually standing up on his own at this time. And he's like, man, I'm good. Ain't nothing broke. He checks himself over. He's like, nothing's broke. I'm good. It's all right. Luckily, that mud was so thick that basically the only thing I did was smash him down into it like a sponge, just pushing into a sponge. And he claimed nothing broke. I make him stand there for a minute, or talk to me, walk around, make sure that it's not just adrenaline rushing through him. And he seemed to be all right, so I went ahead and told him I appreciate it, thank you, and let him go. Apologize to him and his woman. Like, I felt horrible, and I can't even say that I ran him over because I was intoxicated, had a couple drinks. No, I had nothing to drink at this time. That's just plain ignorance on my behalf. Now, don't get me wrong, as soon as we got him unstuck and got him out of the way, I go back. I call it a night. I'm done after that. I apologize. I kept apologizing to him, like a drunk person always repeats themselves. I kept apologizing to him, and as soon as we go our separate ways, I go straight back to camp, post it on the story on Snapchat, and take a picture, send it on Instagram, and then I go into my tent. And I'm not gonna lie to you, at that time I became drinking. I got really drunk after that. kids, don't drink. That's not a good idea. Even on a bad day, that's not a way to cure anything. But I did that night, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, so after that, I was pretty much done for the night. That's how I almost killed a man at Mud Nationals. Like, he said that he's going to look for this video. I don't know if he actually subscribed or not. Man, if you're watching this video, comment down below. Let me know that you're alright. Let me know everything was just fine or not. That's it for this video. I ain't got nothing else to ramble on about. If you like this video, click that like button. Comment down below. Grant, Bear, Holbrook, go ahead. I want y'all to comment down below. Let me see y'all show some love. Alright. And if you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button, man. Y'all know y'all gonna watch my videos anyway. As unentertaining as it is, you just like watching co-workers make a fool of themselves. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Alright, until next time, later.